This NBA playoffs with FanDuel, you're not just watching the playoffs, you're a part of them.
Steve's got the phone, opens FanDuel, and he's going for threes.
Be a part of the action on FanDuel. All customers get a profit boost every NBA playoff game day. 21 plus and present in select states. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET.
And we're back in the Miller's yard. It's springtime, and their True Green lawn is thriving.
They got a lawn like a golf course here in New Jersey without wasting a weekend. And PGA Tour golfers started showing up.
Like this pro who's never seen spring grass this perfect outside a course.
Has to clear the trampoline and the kiddie pool.
Oh, perfectly struck.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Tap the screen now and get started today at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, on Twitter at RealGilbert, ACP, and on Instagram, Gilbert Podfried, PODFRIED. You see, it's kind of a pun on the last name. Never mind. Let me introduce you to our sponsor, Xero. Xero is beautiful accounting software built to help small businesses be more productive and successful. And most importantly, Xero is easy to use. I could operate Xero. That's how easy it is. Send invoices online, quotes to your customers, pay your employees, manage your cash flow, expenses, and even your inventory with Xero. Xero is in the cloud, so you can access and manage all of your business accounting on the go. Xero does what desktop software does and more. Plus, you can use it anytime, anywhere from your mobile device, and it does what desktop does. Now, let me give you some examples. If you're working and traveling, you can send invoices easily on the go, and clients can pay online instantly. Sign up for a free, that's right, free 30-day trial at Xero.com/podcast. That's Xero.com/podcast. Am I repeating myself now? Hi, I'm Gilbert Gottfried, and this is Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Frank Santopadre. Our guest this week is an actor, comedian, radio personality, and best-selling author. He's appeared in films like Dirty Work, The Bachelor, and Artie Lange's Beer League. Oh, you've seen all of these. I'm sure. I'm sure everyone's going, oh my God, I have a copy of that on my bookshelf now. I have The Bachelor in a loop on my television. And just so I don't want a second to go by where I've got one of those eyeglasses that plays Dirty Work. And it goes, I hate
You know how Michael Jackson had Liz Taylor movies on a loop?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of construction workers have beer league on a loop.
And he's also appeared on the Norm Show. It's still on, isn't it? Which I never saw.
We're in our 38th season.
And he's got his own podcast, the Artie Quitter podcast, which isn't nearly as good as mine, but our old pal and top movie star Artie Lange.
Wow, that is about the sweetest introduction. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now you were in that movie with David Spade. You popped
Lost
up,
and Found,
where it's so obvious that part.
Yeah, I get a lot. David Spade is in a movie. Like, Spade in real life gets chicks because he's David Spade. He gets really hot chicks, and he's good with women and stuff. In that movie, he plays a guy who manages a restaurant. And at the end of the film, supposedly he gets Sophie Marceau romantically, the chick from Braveheart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's basically science fiction. And I play a guy. It's like a single white female joke. I'm stalking him, and I put a wig on me to look like Spade's hair. And what we didn't realize the entire time, that critics were very quick to point out, was it was right after Farley died, and it just looked like I was trying to do a Chris Farley impression with blonde wig.
Yeah,
and it was the most embarrassing, awkward thing. And the reviews were not kind. I've been in 8 movies. I've gotten a total of 1 star.
Speaking of Spade, Artie, didn't you cut him off in L.A. with your car?
Yeah, one time I had a black Eldorado that I shipped out.
It's called African American Eldorado, please.
I had a colored Eldorado. Getting started early.
Can we at least agree upon Negro Eldorado? Just so we can.
It was a Negro Eldorado. Dark skin. And with Jersey plates.
An urban Eldorado.
It had an urban flavor to it.
An inner city Eldorado. Yes.
And I had Jersey plates, and so I looked like I was just like in the Lucchese family or something, driving around Beverly Hills, and I cut Spade off, and he left me a nasty message. I almost killed him, and he left me a message saying that he was way more important in show business than I am. Which was true, so I shouldn't. I a lot of fond memories. A lot of fond memories. Well, I'm sure. Are you happy to see a Tracy Morgan guy? They settled the Walmart thing.
No, I didn't hear that.
They got settled today. Yeah. Speaking of African Americans, Tracy Morgan got settled, and the other comics also got a big settlement. So apparently, it's Tracy Morgan pays you $20 million to open for him. They didn't reveal the money.
Boy, that must have been a shitload.
Yeah, one guy. I mean, you're talking about Walmart. They $50 million bucks is just like just wiping off a gnat for them.
And here's something I've been talking to a few people about.
Right.
Was Tracy Morgan? Do you think Tracy Morgan was that seriously injured, or was his lawyer saying stay out of the public?
I think.
Well, I think Tracy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right. Stay in that wheelchair. We're gonna shoot them for all they've got.
Thank you, sister. Shut up, mother. The trick to money is diversification. The fortune cookie, Jack Lemmon and the Walter Matthau classic. That's another one I know by heart. But yeah, I think it was a bit of both. I think Tracy is a ghetto guy who the greatest move ever was not going to the 40th anniversary of the SNL.
Oh my!
What a great move that was! I mean, he's got Alec Baldwin and Tina Fey saying he's not emotionally ready to come.
Oh!
I mean, that's something Tracy would have been. He was on that show 15 years. It would have been like the Oscars for him. But I mean, once Walmart saw that, they were like, we got to settle.
Yeah.
He didn't go to what would have been the biggest night of his life.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, I don't know for sure, but I think Tracy probably could have made it to the...
Yeah.
I think he probably could have made it.
Yeah, they practically, the two of them, Faye and Baldwin, practically did an obituary.
They did,
to
yeah.
him on the
and
show.
You just got to play that tape for the Walmart lawyers. It's like, okay, now what?
All right, just here's the checkbook.
Get out the
I don't want to
checkbook.
see what you're writing.
One time, I did stand up. Me and David Tell did stand up on the first Guys' Choice Awards for Spike TV, one of the biggest nights in show business. And
how did I not see that?
It's the kind of night where Alan Covert gets honored. And Tracy hosted the show. So he sees me in the telly. He goes, "You got to come to my after party." It's at the Roosevelt. You got to come to my after party at the Roosevelt. So we go to the Hollywood Roosevelt, me and Attell, in an area the size of this table. It was about 8 feet by 4 feet. It's Tracy Morgan, his agent, and 50 of his cousins. And we're roped off, and we're literally it's like we're going to Auschwitz on a train. Only it was hotter. And Tracy's right in our face, and he looks at me and he goes, "We in show business." And I said, "How you doing, man?" He goes, "I'm enjoying my sobriety." I said, "How long you been sober?" And he went, 8 days. He had an ankle thing on, But I think that's a good question, Gilbert. I think it was a bit of both. I'm glad he got paid. Fuck, I mean, look, when he got Saturday Night Live, I think he was living a block from Yankee Stadium, which is, in February is not an ideal real estate. I think he had 14 kids. So, he was making money, but Walmart, they should have paid up. But I think the greatest ghetto move ever was not going to that SNL thing.
My God.
I think he could have made it. He can't even put a tux on. I can't get my tux. My tuxedo, I'm emotionally disturbed.
I can't feel my leg.
I can't feel my head. I can't feel my head.
Write down what my name is again.
Listen, I'm going to throw up.
Even
my
Gilbert.
grammar's off. Ever since the accident, my grammar's off. I'm not speaking properly.
I can't pronounce things correct.
Your Honor, he's got his Jewish lawyer. Your Honor, my client can't pronounce it. I want $80 million.
My pronunciation.
It used to be perfect. I used to sound like Mario Cuomo.
Mario Comova. Sounded like.
That's a new joke from my act.
Listen, even Gilbert showed up, and he was in like 9 episodes.
I know, right? Of course, Gilbert was there.
Tell Artie what Lorne Michaels said to you backstage.
Oh, that's got to be great. Who are you?
No, he's actually kind to him.
I'm sure he was.
Yes.
Yeah. What did he say?
He said, "I can't pronounce."
It'd be funny if in honor of Tracy, they all spoke like that for the whole. Tracy, we thinking of Tracy. Tracy's on our mind.
I'm Taysom Mogul.
I's Tina Fey. I's Ames's Polars. Walmart fucked my head up. Oh, God bless him. Yeah, not going to that. I can't even get my shoes on to go to 40th anniversary.
That was a commercial for his
It really was.
lawsuit.
Baldwin and Tina Fey, two of the most beloved.
Oh, yes. You would have, given your life savings for a commercial.
What a
like
move.
that.
The lawyer, he probably, he's going, I'm going to that anniversary. The lawyer's like, no, you're not. You're going to the Amalfi Coast. And so am I, jerk off. So, because here's what it said in the paper today. The guy who died, Jimmy Mac McNair, who I never met, he got $10 million. Okay, and so he's dead.
Yeah.
And it said in the paper that Artie Fuqua, the other guy who's a friend of mine, good kid, and God bless them, they're insanely rich. Multiple of 10 million. They said multiples of that.
God, I wish I was in that car.
Me too. Why couldn't I be African American on that tour? Because they said they saw the accident coming. It was so horrific. They saw the accident coming, and the next thing they knew, they woke up. They didn't even feel anything, so they didn't even go through pain.
Wow.
We're just ruining their entire case. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but I think it's a done deal, and they got paid. Well, the guy wasn't drunk, but he did something wrong. I guess he was up for 48 straight hours. Yeah. That guy was up too long. That's
my sense of equilibrium is off. My motor functions is done. I got no motor function. How's I supposed to do comedy without any motor functions? My cerebral cortex is damaged.
I'm glad we got this chance to talk about some old movies.
Before we do an entire Tracy Morgan show, we were talking about The Bachelor before, Gilbert. Before we turn the mics on.
The movie I did with Chris O'Donnell.
Which is a remake of a Keaton.
Remake a Buster Keaton movie called Seven Brides. So they instead of Buster Keaton, this generation got Chris O'Donnell, who they call Stoneface as well for different reasons. They call Keaton the Great Stoneface. They call Chris the Great Stone Actor.
And I think...
And I was supposed to play... I played Chris
Farley.
I play him in every movie. I was supposed to play Chris O'Donnell. I play his best friend since the first grade. It looks like I just put his cable in that morning. We could not. He's like this rich waspy kid from the Midwest. I'm from North Carolina. It looks like I literally am building a deck in his house. We just met. Oh, yeah.
But you got to work with a couple of veterans. You got to work with Ed Asner and Hal Holbrook.
And Ed, I'm telling you, man, and those two guys, I'm with them the whole movie.
Now, I heard that Dirty Work was a remake of Night at the Opera.
Me and Norm played Zeppo and Checo.
Gummo.
I was Zeppo.
I think you had the Zig Rumen part.
The Zig Rumen. I played Margaret Dumas.
Oh, you are a movie buff, Artie.
Yeah.
If you know who Sig Rumen is.
Yeah. Listen.
So we had Asner on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So his career's going well.
Yeah.
I used to be, I was at the Radford lot with Mary Palmer, and I'm on the fucking Colossal podcast. What the fuck is going on?
Tell us a little bit about those guys.
Well, okay. Ed Asner's supposed to be this insane liberal, but my
lefty.
God, he spoke like a fucking James Cromwell, who was Stretch Cunningham.
Sure.
In All in the Family.
The farmer from Babe.
He plays a priest in it. So he's there, and he had just done a play. He had just done a play with Gwyneth Paltrow. So he tells Ed Asner that in front of Ed Asner screams, "She's a fucking cunt." And Cromwell's like, "What?" He goes, "Paltrow, she's a fucking cunt." And Cromwell's like, "What are you talking about?" And she was very sweet. He goes, nah, I love her mother. Her mother's a dear friend. But she's a stuck-up, arrogant little twat. And then they just went, "Okay, we're ready? Action!" Hal Holbrook said he's married to Dixie Carter.
Of course.
So another funny thing was Hal Holbrook says, "Oh, my wife's coming tomorrow." And Asner screams out, "Come on, Hal, we all know you're a fucking fag." The entire movie, ribbing him, he called him a fag.
That was hilarious.
Well, we all know you're a fucking fag. So I ate lunch with those guys. Hal Holbrook was just a nice guy, but Asner was hilarious. The most offensive shit you ever heard in your life.
He was fun with us. He told us he was obsessed with Cloris Leachman's ass.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah.
I was just watching Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. She came into Stern when I was allowed there, and before I stabbed myself 9 times in heroin. But she came.
So it was 9 times.
That's what the post. That's what the post said.
So you stabbed yourself 9 times without killing yourself, which is a total fucking idiot to me. Someone who could stab themselves 9 times and still be alive.
Well, that's because I have a big stomach. If I had abs, I'd be dead right now.
There wasn't even any blood.
I didn't get near my organs. I didn't get anywhere near my organs. But I forget what the fucking question was. Yeah. No, Cloris Leachman was on, and I asked her, I said, did Paul Newman come on to you, Butch Cassidy and something? And she said, he did, but I said no. And Paul Newman said, you women always no. And I'm like, really, Paul Newman?
Wow.
I said, no offense, Cloris, but it's surprising Paul Newman couldn't fuck you.
Yeah.
It sort of disappoints me a little bit. But back in the day, she had a hell of a body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Peter Ustinov? You were telling us a little bit, too, before we turned
Well,
the mics
again, he was in The Bachelor, and, you know, that in Spartacus, his character in Spartacus, he is so fucking funny in that. The sarcasm, when he's picking out the slaves, and he's like, as go the teeth do the bones, this man is made of chalk. He's checking the slave's teeth. Give it to the Spaniard. He has that same sarcastic attitude in real life, and
I think it was his last movie.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think
What a way to go!
I think that ended.
Yeah.
It was like Peter Sellers going out with a fiendish plot of Fu Manchu.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, yeah. But you know, he was doing a scene with Chris O'Donnell, and you could almost see him rolling his eyes, like, you know, and I introduced myself, and I said I'm an actor in the film. He goes, good luck. And I think he died the next day. But Jack Warden plays Norman. He plays
Jack Warden.
Norm and I's father in Dirty Work.
Right.
So Bob Saget directed Dirty Work. And there's a scene where Warden is in bed in the hospital, and Saget comes up to him and gives him like a line reading. Give Jack Warden. He gave him some notes, and me and Norm were sitting back on, oh Christ, what's he doing? He gives Jack Warden some, and Warden's being polite and everything, and we don't even know if he's, you know, upset about it or anything. And so Saget goes back behind the camera, and right before he yells action, Norm and I look at Warden and go, "You all right, Jack?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm just trying to remember my notes." He rolled his eyes. He was another great. I mean, it was one of those things that Seymour Cassell to him barely, like when you don't think they seem like old men, like they're forgetting their lines, and then you watch the playback and it's fucking Jack Warden.
We love Seymour Cassell.
Yeah,
we're talking about him.
I guess I've had the privilege of ending a lot of great careers.
Well, Gilbert worked with Jack Warden
twice with Jack Warden.
Well, and the Problem Child.
The Problem
Child.
Child.
Yeah, because the same guy, Bobby Simons, the producer.
Oh, yeah.
He produced Dirty Work.
Yeah,
and,
he was great.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, he amazing. And it's Jack Warden, you know, and he got to play our dad. But and I think he stopped working right after that as well. I always said about movies, I said like the Godfather 3 trilogy on DVD, it's the perfect party thing because you could watch 1 and 2 and do coke off of 3.
Nice.
That's how my movies are.
Let's talk about Godfather 3.
Go ahead.
What
3.
a mess.
First of all, to give Talia Shire that much power within the family.
Oh my God!
Like she's ordering hits.
Yeah. She's like this mixed up drunken whore in the first 2.
Right, and in the second one, she's like, you know, at Michael's feet, begging him not to kill Fredo, and whore. When she brings that guy and Al, can you get him a drink? Can I drink? Can I have something to drink? And Pacino just wants to kill him right there.
I don't know who this Myrtle is.
I don't know what he is. I don't know what he does. And tell him you don't want to get married and you don't want to see him anymore. He'll understand. Believe me. But yeah, then in 3, she's like Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
She's the Godfather.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And then Sofia Coppola, you know, look, it's nepotism running wild, but...
Well, that was supposed to be Winona Ryder.
Really?
In that part, yeah.
Well, that dying scene.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
And then the way he dies at the end, that's how that story...
Oh, it was like Artie Johnson.
I was going to say Artie Johnson and laughing, or just like...
Hey.
It just makes a weird face.
Yeah. Do you believe in the hereafter? Then you know what I'm here after. boom, with the purse, and then da-da-da-da-da-da. That's how
Pacino dies.
It was so embarrassing.
That's how The Godfather ends.
And then Pacino...
Did Coppola not have time to shoot that? Like, look, we don't want to do a long stretch out there. Just keel over.
And then afterwards, when Judy Kahn goes, sock it to me. Sock it to me.
Sock it to me. It'd be funny if Ruth Buzzy just walked in and hit Michael Corleone with a purse. Ruth Buzzy hits Michael Corleone with a purse. That's how he dies.
Oh, God.
And then how they wrote in that Sonny has a son that no one ever heard of.
That doesnn't look like him at all.
No, yes. Not
Andy
at all.
Garcia is James Caan's son.
Right.
It was all just too neat. I didn't buy Joe Montagna's character. He gets shot on a horse. It's like the Game of Thrones.
Joey Zaz.
It wasn't. They all did it. And
George Hamilton shows up.
Duvall was on Howard, and Howard did a great interview with Duvall, and he said, and Howard said, first of all, you get George Hamilton for Duvall. Yeah. There's a trade. It's like trading LeBron James for one of the Knicks. It just became an embarrassment. But Duvall said, "Look, we all did it for the money." And my money was, I said to Coppola, I was honest with him. I said, I need more money to do this, and he wouldn't hit the quote, and he just said, "Fuck it, just kill off my character."
And the idea that Al Pacino was like felt guilty about everything that he did in the two previous films.
It kind of negates the first two movies.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it does.
The church, which is probably real anyway, that they're the gangsters.
Right.
And he's trying to tell the church, you're being immoral.
Yeah.
He's telling a group of cardinals, you guys are crazy.
And then he wants to reunite with Diane Keaton.
Yeah, where'd that? I know. He didn't want to reunite with her when she was hot in 1974. He wants to reunite with 1990. He wants to reunite with Something's Gotta Give, Diane Keaton. What? I don't like you in 74. Let's get back together now.
It's like, I want Jane Fonda now, not the way she was in Barbarella.
You could keep Clute. Shove Clute up your ass. Is there anything sexier? I disagree with it than her riding.
What's that?
Hanoi Jane, her riding that cannon. For the enemy in Vietnam, she's riding a cannon, clapping. Just some rich cunt from L.A. I'm liberal. I just want to fuck this shit out.
Speaking of The Godfather,
I thought Al Pacino's
Frank can't get a word of that.
was terrible.
I
thought Al Pacino's performance in 3
well, that's that
was
scent of a woman performance carried over.
I agree with you.
I know. Chewing the scenery.
And they give him the Oscar for that. Well, Chris O'Donnell sent a woman. O'Donnell rubbed off on him. The other way around.
That's one of those Oscars where we apologize for not giving it to you sooner.
Listen, he lost to Joel Grey in Cabaret. Could you imagine? He was best supporting actor.
Yeah.
The transformation he makes in Godfather 1 is one of the best acting things ever. From that innocent kid to this devil, and he was up for supporting, and
imagine?
he loses to Joel Grey.
Can you imagine?
Joel fucking Grey.
And that was the year Brando won and sent Sacheen Littlefeather.
What a great Hollywood move. That's a Tracy Morgan move.
To send the Indian.
I'm sending Sacheen Littlefeather. I'm sending Can't Talk Right.
I'm sending Hokapontis.
I'm sending Jew Lawyer. Hokapontis. I'm sending. Here's my lawyer, Hokapontis. My buddy Alex Baldwin's gonna say, "Well, I can't. I'm too emotionally stressed to tie a tie. I can't tie a tie. Now write a check, bitch." That's all that was, Hokapontis.
Good Lord.
I gotta smoke the piss pipe.
Let's roll a piss pipe. Let's smoke a piss bong. Pocahontas.
Now, you know,
fucking hilarious.
You know The Godfather so well. Tell us about what happened when Coppola came on Howard.
Coppola came on Howard, and again, one of those things.
He came on Howard?
Yeah, his movies got a little lowbrow towards the end. I'm gonna
It's one of those shows.
I'm gonna throw up.
I heard half of the budget went to dry cleaning.
Well, it's hard. It's hard. The continuity. You gotta get the come off.
God.
But he came
We're
on
talking about Howard De Silva. He came on.
Howard Rubinstein.
Because I heard you when you were on with Johnny Russo.
Johnny Russo,
and you were doing all the dialogue in the background.
They still make the rounds and make money off being in The Godfather. But Coppola was on the show, and I knew that he was probably going to ask me to do a scene. So, like an idiot, I memorized the scene. But Howard, being much too clever for that, he let Coppola pick the scene, and it was the scene where he tells Carlo he's going to Vegas before Clemenza strangles him to death. I did it well enough to where Coppola was impressed. That was pressure.
I'll bet.
But again, the story there was, Coppola after the guy, he had 6 Oscars. Apocalypse Now. Did you ever see The Heart of Darkness, the documentary about the making
that's
of
great.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Unbelievable.
People forget he wrote Patton, too.
Right, and he was a great writer, but he makes all his money now. He bought Engelnook Wineries. All his money. He's got no movie money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and he even did Dracula towards the end.
Sure.
That had to make
he started a studio. I mean, he started American Zoetrope and
which is still in San Francisco. I was
Yeah.
just playing Cobb's in San Francisco, and I saw that building's still there, Zoetrope. So, but it's all, he's got a private jet from Engelnook Wineries.
But that run he had, if you look at Patton and the Conversation
Well, the
and the 2
70s,
Godfather
look at-
pictures and Apocalypse Now,
Diane Keaton's career in the 70s.
Yeah.
All the Woody Allen movies.
Oh, yeah.
And the Godfather movies.
Yeah.
I mean, and Talia Shire, Godfather and the Rock and Rocky.
That's right.
Diane Keaton is brilliant in all those Woody Allen things, and then she plays, Corleone's wife.
And
Pretty amazing.
like John Cazale did like five
for
movies,
five,
and they're all
Yeah.
great.
I think they all either won. They were all at least nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
He did The Conversation, Godfather 1 and 2. He did
The
Deer
Deer
Hunter was his last one. He got
Right.
sick on that, and
Dog Day Afternoon. Right.
Oh, Dog Day Afternoon, so fucking
great.
I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
film.
Think about
Each
Pacino
one.
in Dog Day Afternoon, and then Center for War.
Oh God.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
a retroactive Oscar.
I mean, Dog Day Afternoon is one of the funniest movies ever. Fuck the drama. All that shit that Lumet got from them, just from those characters. But do you know the story? Cazale was dating Meryl Streep.
Yes, sure.
And told Michael Cimino, said, my girlfriend's in a play. She's right for this part. Begged them to see her. And he got her into Hollywood. He died, and she moved on. Life, there's life. Could you imagine? He dies, and she moves on to be Meryl Streep.
Well, Gilbert's obsessed with Sidney Lumet.
She moves on to take a selfie with Ellen DeGeneres on the Oscar. Did you just want to crawl through the fucking screen? Selfie with Ellen DeGeneres. Well, Sidney Lumet, yeah. I mean, there's enough talk
amazing.
about
Yeah.
almost a perfect record.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about him all the
The
time.
Pawnbroker.
Anderson tapes. You
Oh,
got
they
Prince
go
of the
on.
City.
Anderson tapes.
Serpico,
Sure.
Dog Day Afternoon, Prince of the City.
And we were just
Network.
talking before.
And 12 Angry Men and Network.
And Network. And
yeah.
even things like Murder on the Orient Express, where he did different stuff.
Right. Unbelievable.
Oh, and I
Stretched.
like Bye Bye Braverman with George
Yeah.
Siegel and Jack
well,
Warden.
what about
The Verdict?
A later The Verdict, unreal.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
but what
I
about
want-
Night Falls on Manhattan?
It's
You see
another-
that?
Yes.
That's a really
Had a
good
great
and
run.
Frank and I were just talking about a half hour ago about When the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Yeah. Oh my
With
God.
Marissa Tomei.
Great.
Every
Yeah.
dark thing that a human being could do, Philip Seymour Hoffman does in that movie.
It's a great movie.
And then to think about his real life with the heroin and everything. But every dark thing that you can do as a person, he does.
Oh, yeah.
And you got Albert Finney. That just fucking that movie, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Then of course you have Gloria with Sharon Stone.
Oh, jeez.
How did that happen?
Well, while we're on the Godfather.
Lumet might be as perfect. Might have the best batting average.
Yeah.
Of any director. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, unless you want to go back to Billy Wilder.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could say that. Sure.
Today, we'll attempt a feat once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. It requires merely one thing, a SoFi personal loan. With it, you could save big on interest charges by consolidating into one low fixed-rate monthly payment. Defy high-interest debt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/stunt to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Half Man, the new HBO original limited series from Baby Reindeer creator Richard Gadd, examines the tumultuous relationship between two estranged brothers, tracking the highs and lows of the pair over the course of 40 years. Starring Emmy Award winner Richard Gadd and BAFTA Award winner Jamie Bell. Half Man premieres April 23rd on HBO Max.
Here's one for you, Gilbert. Here's a trivia question about The Godfather, and I bet Artie knows it. Which Godfather actor, he was in part 2, wrote a movie that starred Elvis?
Oh, my God. I don't know that.
He was a playwright.
He told me Michael Corleone did this. Michael Corleone.
Oh, Frankie
Five Angels.
Frankie Pantangeli.
Michael Gazzo.
He was a
Michael Gazzo. He was a playwright. He wrote a play called Hatful of Rain, which was made into a movie.
Oh, I know Hatful of Rain.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote an Elvis movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which
him I knew.
Elvis movie?
That I wish I written down.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of great ones.
Dig it up. Our crack research team.
There's not a lot of great ones. Which Elvis fantastic.
You'll know this. Which Godfather actor also appeared in Moonstruck?
Danny Aiello.
Well, Godfather 1.
Oh, okay, because Danny Aiello is one of the Rosado brothers.
Yeah, we interviewed Danny about it.
Okay, and Danny's a great interview.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Godfather 1 and Moonstruck.
Yeah. Think about Cher's uncle.
Oh, you know what? Here's the problem. I don't know Moonstruck. That
well. Okay.
I don't either.
Louis Gus, the guy that gets up at the table and makes the speech about keeping.
I never would have got that. Never would have got because I don't know Moonstruck.
And this one you'll both know. Who played?
But the Pantangeli question. That's a great question.
Is that a good question? Yeah. Who played the young Clemenza in Godfather 2?
Bruno Gantz.
Bruno Kirby.
Nice work.
Bruno Kirby. We got it together.
You guys are good.
Yeah.
Who's now dead, right? Yeah, he passed away.
Bruno.
Right? Yeah, Bruno Kirby. He was in a lot of great films. He was the young Clemenza and a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, The Freshman with Brando.
I thought I would hate that because Brando's doing.
It's fun,
but it's well done.
That's the guy that made the
In-Laws. Did you like that? Gilbert,
guy that wrote the In-Laws.
I don't know. I was a little.
It made me laugh. It made me laugh, but. I thought I was going to hate it like crazy.
Yeah.
We had Johnny on the show, and I said to Gilbert,
Russo.
when he was coming in, I said, do me a favor, let the show start before you ask him about killing 2 people.
Is that true in real life? He says that, right?
I don't know how much of what he said.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, does he know the statute of limitations? There's no statute of limitations?
Oh, yeah. He said
on murder?
He said there's 3 people I could admit to.
What?
I thought, so after like 4 years or so,
Henry Hill was on the Stern Show, and he was going to take us on. He took some of the Howard TV guys on a tour of where people were buried, like Spider or something. But he was so fucked up. He was just pointing to like Spider's buried over there. Like that's the Empire State Building.
and I liked how, as great a movie as Goodfellas is.
Yeah.
It's also like, Henry Hill's like practically handing out toys to an orphanage.
Such a great point. You gotta realize he's telling the story.
Right.
So in every scene he's outraged. What are you guys doing?
Right.
You're killing people.
You're not killing somebody, are you?
I didn't know you were mobsters.
This is fucking bad.
I thought you were luggage salesmen.
I know the whole Billy Bat scene. He's trying to like be a diplomat. Like, everything's fine. Billy gets a little out of line. Okay.
He does pistol whip the guy in the driveway.
Yeah, well, that makes him look cool.
Right.
Because the guy just raped his girlfrind practically.
Right.
He looks cool there. But no, that's a great point. People don't realize that. He's telling the story.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, Jimmy Burke was rotting in stomach cancer, the real Jimmy Conway in prison going, that's not how it fucking happened. I remember it a little differently, Henry.
Yeah.
I heard you talk about that scene. I think you were talking to, I heard you on another podcast, talking about the scene with Pesci where they go to see, played by Martin Scorsese's mother.
Yeah.
Where they go back to the house where she pulls up the painting with the dogs.
Yeah. She was, again, Scorsese could make like a forklift operator good in a movie. He just knew how to use his mother perfect because she's in Mean Streets.
Yeah.
When the chick is having a seizure.
She's in the King of Comedy. She's the one yelling down the stairs.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. He's got the tape recorder.
Lower it, Rupert.
But the detail in that dinner scene is so amazing because De Niro plays the one guy who's all Irish, and he's the only guy using ketchup on the potatoes and eggs they're making, which is hilarious. I saw an interview with her about Raging Bull when they interviewed Scorsese for 60 Minutes. I think like Morley Safer did it in the early 80s. And she said, I fattened him up for that. He came over, I made him mozzarella omelets and homemade pizza, and I fattened him up. And then Safer said to her, what about when he lost weight? And she looked at the camera like almost mad and said, that I had nothing to do with. I had nothing to do with. And his old man is funny, like making the pork in prison.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's with Pesci when he buys the farm. When he's
We baseball batted those two guys. We baseball batted them. You couldn't recognize them.
One dog's looking that way, one dog's looking that way, and he's like, what do you want from me?
One dog's looking east, one's looking west. What do you want? Did you ever see my paintings? Don't pay no more religious painting.
Now, you're a sports guy, and you're a movie buff. Now, Gilbert knows nothing about sports.
Baseball players have very strange names.
You got good at segues already with it.
We do a mini show where we recommend movies, and Gilbert recommended Bang the Drum Slowly.
Oh, yeah. Well,
De Niro. And he knows nothing about sports.
De Niro playing a retard, basically, right?
Danny Aiello told us he taught De Niro how to throw a ball.
Right.
On the set of that
movie.
Not a good job.
Who knows? I mean, that is, the acting's great, but that's a movie where, like, no one looks like they can play ball at all.
And that was based on a Paul Newman.
Was it?
It was
I didn't know that either.
A live TV production.
Right.
With Paul Newman and George Papard.
George Papard.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. Michael Moriarty, and then who's the great character actor who plays the manager?
Vinny Gardenia.
Vinny
Gardenia.
I can't remember.
Right,
he's believable as a ball player.
Sure. Yeah.
Dom DeLuise is the Charles Nelson Riley is the bad boy. Vincent Gardenia. Hello. I'd go with the 32. I'd go with the 38 ounce, 32 inches.
That's pretty good.
I'll be your manager.
That's pretty good, Artie.
Fred Travellino used to do this bit. The one part, I can't believe I just said that, but it actually made me laugh. He did Charles Nelson Riley if he was Fredo in The Godfather. Like, why is he always looked over? Why? I don't know. I guess I'm just different.
I remember last time I was in Vegas, there was a giant billboard that said a one-man show, Rich Little, as Jimmy Stewart.
Wow.
And it's like, what this is.
Didn't you want to go to that?
Even see it.
Just for the car crash value?
Oh, my God, yes. Because you already know it's like, then I met John Wayne. Hey, Pilgrim. And then I met Walter Bronheim.
2 hours of that.
Remember when I was on Johnny Carson?
Yeah.
Jimmy. For the audience, for the 4 people who remember who Jimmy Stewart is left alive. So many colostomy bags in that audience.
Do you like Pride of the Yankees? You're a big Yankee guy. We talked about it.
Again, the acting. When Babe Ruth's the best actor in a movie. But it's a class. When the doctor gives give it to me straight, Doc. Give me 3 strikes. Gary Cooper's 62.
Well, we talk about the Babe Ruth story, too, which is absolutely
with
fucking
Bendix?
dreadful.
When he points?
Oh, yes. When he does a Jackie Gleason point. Get out, Norton.
This ball is going to the moon. It ain't going over the center field fence. It's going to the moon. That is, yeah, real son.
He didn't leave me with the mess, stickball coach.
Come on down, Norton. There goes my whole stickball team.
Yeah, you could tell Bendix wasn't a ball player.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. You want? I'll recommend one to you. One of the best bad sports movies ever. It's called The Joe Torre Story.
Are you serious?
With Paul Sorvino.
Oh God,
it is some of the shittiest, but
coming back
in
to
the
me.
funniest way. Worst acting. He plays Joe Torre right after they win the '96 series, and Robert Loggia plays his brother Frank, who gets cancer.
Right, remember.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
It's
two great actors. But,
I know, but it's like...
now what about the one... Oh, the Jimmy Purcell.
Oh, the Fear Strikes Out.
Tony Perkins.
Yeah,
another
Perkins.
Charles Nelson Riley. His Bible is the greatest Red Sox ever, as far as I'm concerned.
Man who ran the bases backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Home run.
He did a lot of things backwards. Do you mind if I run with my ass first? Tony Perkins changed the scene. He'd like to go ass first. He's more comfortable leading with his ass. As a Yankee fan, I love that he played a great Red Sox. Richard Simmons as Ted Williams. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, the Jimmy Pierce. Fear Strikes Out.
Yeah, that's the one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Paul Lynde as Babe Ruth. I'm going to hit a home run for you, kid. Before you die in the hospital, I'm going to hit a home run.
Holy shit.
I know you might die before the game, but trust me on it.
Throw me the ball, son. Don't be afraid. Throw me the ball. Oh, that's Paul Lynde as Babe Ruth. I would see if I were like a studio head, I'd finance that in 2 seconds. Because you have to dig up Paul Lynde.
And it's Babe Ruth to block. Oh my goodness!
They interviewed on one of those baseball documentaries. It might have been the Ken Burns ones. They interviewed Babe Ruth's old roommate on the road, and he was just like this shitty player they just paid to like maybe watch
Jimmy
out.
Reese.
It might have been Jimmy Reese.
Yeah,
he was like 90.
He lived to 110.
He was like 90 at the time.
Yeah.
So he's telling the story. He goes, "Yeah, the Babe loved playing practical jokes on me. I remember one time we were on the road. I think we were in Pittsburgh. I was in the shower." And I'm all soaped up, and I feel a warm stream on my back. And I look behind me, and there's the Babe naked with a girl urinating on my back. And he was laughing. God, he thought that was funny. And Babe Ruth is naked with a broad pissing on his back. God, he thought that was funny. Oh shit!
So Artie, we asked this of every guest. What'd you watch as a kid? What did you?
Not my weight. But you know, I'll take Artie Lange the block. I watched the Honeymooners.
Yeah.
My mother and father put a black and white TV about 5 inches big in my room when I was like maybe 7.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the 70s in New York on Channel 11 at 11 o'clock they had The Odd Couple. 11:30 they had the Honeymooners. And then I think Burns and Allen was.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I watched the Honeymooners and The Odd Couple every night. No exaggeration, for 7 years. So I could recite every Honeymooners
All
the first time I saw Gilbert do stand up was at Caroline's at the Seaport. It was my 20th birthday. We all went. And you did the bit of, Ralph Cramden in Casablanca. You're getting on that plane with Vic Laszlo. So, I mean, that was just like the ultimate. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
So I watched that religiously. Of course, a lot of sports, Yankees being from here, Knicks, Giants, but Abbott and Costello movie every Sunday.
Uh-huh.
From 11.
Oh, yeah.
From 11:30 to 1.
Oh, yeah.
Sundays 11:30 to 1 in the 70s on Channel 11, an hour and a half. Abbott and if only I had fast forward to go through the Andrews Sisters.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
And all the songs. I watched every Abbott and Costello.
What was your favorite Abbott and Costello?
You know what? I liked Abbott and Costello. Meet the Killer. I like that one because
Karloff?
Freddie Phillips.
It's weird because the title was Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer Boris Karloff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was Meet the Killer.
Yeah.
They just tell you who the guy is.
Yeah.
In the title.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I loved Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
That I almost said that. Yeah, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
But Coppola actually said before he made Godfather 3, they said the only Godfather that would make sense after 2 was Abbott and Costello Meet the Godfather. And he basically should have made that.
Oh, yes.
But, I watched every Abbott and Costello and I memorized all of those. I love the first King Kong whenever that was on.
They used to show those on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They used to show like Mad Monster Party.
I'm trying to think of monster
Kong.
movies that I loved. The first King Kong I thought was unfucking believable. That one in 76 with Jeff Bridges.
Oh my God. It's Jessica Lange and
Charles Grodin. Charles Grodin is the heavy.
The way he steps on Charles Grodin at the end.
And Rene Auberjonois.
Yeah, that's right.
Is in that one.
And the scary part about it is you've got Rick Baker. Who's a brilliant
the makeup guy. Yeah.
And in there it's a laughable King Kong.
It was bad in a funny way.
It's a credit to Bridges as an actor that he actually comes off not terribly.
Well, no, I
in the
know
film.
he pulls up, but back then you don't realize how great he is.
Right.
What'd you think of the latest one, the Peter Jackson one?
I still like the first one
so do
better.
I. Because of what? But I mean, there's impressive shit.
Yeah,
visually,
it's very good.
The effects are impressive.
So and old movies. I loved old movies. I remember watching Some Like It Hot for the first time. I remember, when The Godfather was on TV. My old man, who had a crazy sense of humor, I was like 9 years old. He said, "You got to watch the scene." He made me watch the horsehead scene.
John Marley.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck?" I'm like at 9. I'm like, my head's exploding. So probably similar stuff to what probably Gilbert watched. But Abbott and Costello and The Honeymooners and The Odd Couple, religiously.
They used to show those A&C movies. You remember, Gil, on Saturday morning? And they had the popcorn theme song.
Oh, yes.
On Channel 11?
Channel 11.
Right. It's amazing how we were able to, because like Gilbert, I'm probably not as good as he is, but so much... it's amazing how we know the stuff verbatim from just watching it once when it was on, because you didn't have VCR,
Sure.
You couldn't rewind, watch it again. We just saw it whenever it was on, and you memorized it.
Yeah.
Literally, I think I could have went to medical school with the
exactly.
with the brain fucking function I wasted on it.
Me too.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, I can't tell you the Pythagorean theorem, but I can do every Honeymooners.
And I remember, I would watch the Bowery Boys.
Yeah, I used to love that. You know what's one of my favorite Bowery Boys movies? Dead End with Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, yes.
With the Dead End kids.
Really young one. When the poor kids are right next to they beat up the rich kid living in the high rise. And when he comes back and he sees his old girlfriend, and the light hits her just right, and you know she's a whore. And he's like, "Why don't you starve first?" I love Dead End. Yeah. The Bowery Boys I liked.
I forget. I think it's Angels with Dirty Faces.
They're really,
my father made me sit down and watch that, the ending, and
where Cagney, Bogart's confronting Cagney.
Right.
He goes, you used to ask me things. Now you're telling me. And Cagney goes, so, and Bogart goes, so my feelings is getting hurt.
Great.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, the ending, that might be the best ending ever.
Oh, yes.
Or the ending, it's funny. I would put that ending and Angels with Dirty Faces or the Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 with Walter Matthau.
We love that. We love
with Walter Matthau.
And again, with these remakes, like the Denzel Washington and John Travolta in the new one, I couldn't even bring myself to watch it.
Well, Gilbert and I, we obsess over those kind of 60s and 70s movies where you get to see old New York.
70s.
Like Pelham 1, 2, 3 and Serpico.
The 7-Ups.
7-Ups is a great one.
7-Ups is great shots of Hell's Kitchen in the 70s.
Super Cops, if you've never seen it.
Super Cops, I love.
Yeah.
The In-Laws.
Yep.
Now you're talking about The In-Laws with Michael Douglas and Albert Brooks.
Me and Danny talk about that. You get douche chills. Albert Brooks, like one of the funniest guys.
I love him.
How does he? I mean, how big does a paycheck have to be?
Big.
Why remake it? Just say it's another movie. Say it's these two guys. Why do you got to call it the fucking In-Laws?
And another movie that looked like they were trying to remake The In-Laws was that terrible one with Eugene Levy and what's his name?
Can you be a little more specific?
Oh, that's funny.
No, the guy who's in the credit, the black actor in the credit card commercials.
Oh, Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. Tracy Morgan.
You know what I need?
Samuel Jackson.
When I'm in the country, I need the sounds of the city to fall asleep. So I only fall asleep when that commercial comes on and he yells out, "What's in your wallet?" I can get to sleep. Now, what is that movie? Eugene Levy. I know what you're called.
The Man.
The Man. Yeah.
And he's also
never
like
even saw it.
A dentist who gets.
Oh, okay. And I like Eugene Levy I like Eugene Levy and Sam Jackson. But again, it's like it really goes to show you, for a movie to be great. That's why you got to appreciate the great. But so much shit has to come together and all work. The directing, the editing. So much shit could fuck it up.
It's always an accident.
Oh, and talk about getting two extremely talented people to remake a film badly.
I know. I guess it's money. Look, shit.
But there's another one. Peter Falk and Woody Allen
the Sunshine Boys.
Sunshine Boys. Why do that?
Yeah.
I mean, Woody Allen and Peter Falk probably, from Columbo alone, Peter Falk's probably got an island. And Woody Allen, like, do you have to do that?
Yeah.
What about Steve Martin's career? Like, I mean, he has done so much more to hurt comedy than help it.
Oh, my God.
Does he have to remake Sergeant Bilko?
Right. And
Cheaper
the Panther.
by the dozen. The Pink fucking Panther.
I know. It's sacrilege.
And the idea that
you're Steve Martin. You should know better than take another movie.
What makes me mad is they titled it The Pink Fucking Panther.
That's what it should have been. It should have been The Pink Fucking Panther.
With a giant lit up question mark. The Pink Fucking Panther?
I'm making the Black Panther. The Black Panther would be a better. That's the new one. With Sam Jackson. Ewan Newton does some of the best physical comedy you've ever seen.
And you're an Odd Couple person too. You were the old Randall Klugman.
Huge.
Okay.
And Mathau Lemon.
Yeah.
Mathau.
Yeah. That's another movie where you can see old New York locations.
Mathau and that was great.
Yeah. Probably the best Oscar. I think if I had to pick, I'd go Mathau, Tony Randall if I could pick and choose. But Lemon's great. But Mathau.
And Art Carney was the original Felix.
And
on
Klugman's
stage.
great. Could you imagine seeing Mathau and Art Carney on fucking stage?
My God.
Doing that play.
We just had Paul Dooley on the show. You know the actor Paul Dooley?
Sure,
and he understudied Carney.
Oh, he did.
Carney went in to dry out.
Yeah, he was supposedly a worse drunk than Gleason.
Now, I saw about 10 minutes of the new Odd Couple.
Oh, God.
It's Matthew Perry.
I think I would literally throw up. I don't think I could do it. I think I heard Matthew Perry once in an interview. I think he basically said he invented sarcasm. I think he said that. Norm was on Saturday Night Live. Norm tells the best fucking stories about some of those celebrities that went through there. And Matthew Perry had an assistant and said, he said to Norm, Matt wants to do a sketch that he wants you to be in where he talks like he does on Friends. He calls it Matt Speak. And Norm said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, he invented a way of talking, the way he talks on Friends, Matt Speak. And he showed him a clip and Norm said, are you talking about sarcasm? Matthew Perry called sarcasm. He renamed it Matt Speak.
Hilarious.
And Norm goes, you're talking about sarcasm?
What about the Black Odd Couple?
They should have just said to him, oh, that was really good.
I think one of the younger writers said, I think Matthew Perry's a genius. I think that's what it was. And Norm said, is he good at math or something?
Yeah, the Black Odd Couple with Damon Wilson.
With the Black Honeymoon.
And Rod Glass.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there was the Black Honeymoon. Rod Glass from Barney Miller.
With Cedric the Entertainer.
If you got the word The Entertainer in your name, that's a lot of pressure. It's like the group In Sync. You better be in fucking sync, man. If you say The Entertainer, you better be. That's a lot of pressure.
Who played Norton in that one? I don't remember. Was it
Tracy Morgan?
Would have been better.
Might have been. I don't know. Who was
We gonna go bowling.
Hey there, Ralphie boy. Might you be so kind as to tell me what's in the fridge?
It's the Grandy Mythic Ruler.
Oh, my God.
What you got in the icebox?
Darren,
Whoa, it certainly looks like rain tonight. Whoa, it certainly looks like rain tonight.
We going bowling, but we not going bowling.
You done got me all confused. You done got me all confused.
I don't want to look at these four walls. I want to look at Liberace.
Oh, man.
God bless him. He knows the dialogue. Hilarious.
The last time this place was decorated, about 4 years ago, my nephew came in with an ice cream cone.
Oh, and one more thing, Mr. Marshall. You are a bum.
Your mother is a blabbermouth.
Oh, Mike Epps.
Mike Epps.
Mike Epps was Ed Norton. Thank you, Dara.
Mike Epps, of course.
Oh, who could forget him?
Blabbermouth.
This is all Buttercup.
You sound like the Kingfish.
That's what he's trying to sound like. Oh, that's great.
You want to tell us a little bit about...
You were listening, Norton. You were listening.
I give up.
Hide the dictaphone here in the room. Go ahead, Frank. I'm sorry.
We just pretend we're eating something else.
I don't want to stop him.
The ship couldn't make it through the blockade.
You want to tell us a little bit about working with Rickles?
Bang! Zoom!
He'll do this for an hour if I don't go. If I don't stop him.
Bang, zoom. Oh, that's great.
I'm the chef of the future.
Maybe we should say something about spearfishing.
Oh, wow.
Give me that. That's my denaturizer.
You minds if I smoke? I don't care if you burn.
Wow.
You minds if I smoke? It's the Black Honeymoon. Thursday at 10 on CBS.
Wow.
Is that Alice? So anyway, Don Rickles.
I was going to move on to Rickles, just in the interest of time.
Well, yeah, Rickles.
We do a 6-hour episode.
He was in Dirty Work. It's the first scene I shot,
and he goes, "You huckabuck,
Hucklebuck,
hockey puck, CPO
hockey puck,
CPO shocky." Pruitt, why don't you go make out with a giraffe? It's morphed into the Black Don Rickles.
Yeah.
Well, I was opening for Sinatra.
and Ed is sitting in the backyard going, ugh.
Wow.
Jenny Rizzo said, get down here early. We wrote him insults, and he couldn't remember.
Seriously,
them. Yeah.
There's that Baskin Robbins line that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. I said, he said, just look at me and Norm and insult us. Like it's a softball coming in for him. So I don't know what he's going to say. It's the camera's running. He looks up to me and he goes, "Look at you." Look at you, you baby gorilla. And I laughed 20 times.
Right.
I said, fuck that. I said to Saga, the director, I said, look, you may have to fire me. It's Don Rickles calling me a baby gorilla, So I finally got it right. I got a take, and then he moved over to Norm. But the thing he started doing that was hilarious. He was insulting Norm as Norm Macdonald, not as the character in the film.
I would love to see that.
How did you get a movie? Cut. We can't use that, Don. You got it. His name's Mitch in the movie. Insult him as Mitch. He started insulting the script. Who wrote these jokes? And then eventually we got it down. He's hilarious in it. And but I finally got it. I don't think Norm never didn't laugh. I think in the movie Norm is laughing.
Yeah.
There's no one like you, and there never will be.
From the producer of Bohemian Rhapsody, there are many legends, but there is only one. Michael, rated PG-13, in theaters April 24.
Amazon presents Jeff versus Taco Truck Salsa. Whether it's Verde, Roja, or the orange one. For Jeff, trying any salsa is like playing Russian roulette with a flamethrower. Luckily, Jeff saved with Amazon and stocked up on antacids, ginger tea, and milk. Habanero? More like habanero, yes. Save the everyday with Amazon.
I heard in Casino when Rickles was doing the scenes with De Niro, Rickles would stop in the middle of the scene.
Right.
Go, that's it, cut. You left out 3 motherfuckers.
With the press for that movie was hilarious because Rickles would goof on De Niro. And De Niro in real life is just like a mannequin. You could just goof on him. He just sits there. And Rickles, like, he mumbles. Hey.
Yeah.
And then Rickles is being Rickles, and De Niro's laughing at everything. But yeah, did you ever see the inside the actor's studio with De Niro?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he said that James Lipton guy says to him, "What's your favorite curse word?" And, most of those people try to be goofy and say, God. Darn it, and stuff.
Yes.
De Niro, dead serious, goes, "I don't know, cocksucker, motherfucker." And Lipton's like, "Cocksucker, motherfucker."
I remember one time I forget which actress was on the show, but James Lipton says to her, he goes, "What's your favorite sound?" And she goes, "A baby smiling."
One time, that reminds me, Carmen Electra was on later with Bob Costas, but he had left the show, and that chick Aisha Tyler was on. Okay. So she says to Carmen Electra, "What's the one thing you can't live without? Like a guilty pleasure, rollerblading or something." Carmen Electra thought for 30 seconds, and she said, "Food."
Well, it's true.
Oh, yeah. So you're a human being. You know how Byron Allen does that show, Comics Unleashed?
Oh, yeah.
Norm told me this. He leads guys into their act. He does like the segues.
Yeah.
So I understand, Dane Cook, you went to Hawaii, stuff like that. And then there's a bit about Hawaii. He looked at John Lovitz and said, "And John, I understand you're getting older." But the sound of a baby smiling.
I got to find that. I got to look that up.
You just want to strangle him. You just want to strangle him. I think Goldie Hawn, it might have been Goldie Hawn. What would you want God to say when you got up there? And dead serious, she said, "All the sick children in the world are better." And then she stares at the audience until there's a clap. All the sick children in the world are better.
And I missed it?
Now back to the...
Fuck you, God! I wanted to see the sick children get better, and you had to kill me now, God?
And you killed me...
Fuck you!
And an anesthesiologist killed me while I was getting collagen.
Fuck you and your son, Jesus.
Yeah, fuck him too. And if I see that son of yours, fuck your son, Jesus. Oh, that's hilarious. I wanted to see that. Of course, I saw all the kids sick. I'm trying to make the First Wives Club.
I was watching a kid die, and then I had a heart attack.
It's easy at my age to watch a sick kid die. Think of my feelings.
Oh, boy. So, Artie, why do you say you have bad luck with movies?
I I don't think I'm first in line for the good script.
Yeah. You were in Mystery Men. You got a story about being a Mystery Man?
Case in point. Yeah, I'm the first 10 minutes of that.
Big Red.
I get killed by Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria, and William H. Macy. Like, the three guys collectively the lowest point of each one of their careers. But it took like a week to shoot that. Yeah. I shot that with Tom Waits. Tom Waits was in that movie.
Funny guy.
Yeah, he wrote the song Jersey Girl, and I'm a fan of that song. And the same Teamster drove us back to the hotel every night. He was at the Sunset Marquis, and I was at the Mondrian. And I wanted to ask him, because he wrote the song Jersey Girl that Springsteen made famous. And I had all these romantic notions about what that song's about. Oh, he met some mysterious woman on the beach. They made love once. He never saw her again, blah, blah, blah. So finally, the last night, I said, fucking him. And I told the Teamster that was driving us. I said, I want to ask him this. And he goes, I just fucking ask him at the end. So the Teamster knew I was nervous. So Waits is getting out of the car, and I figure I'll never see him again. And I say to him, I don't think it's going to be a Mystery Men 2. And I say, hey, Tom, listen, I'm a big fan of that song, Jersey Girl. He goes, thanks. I go, what's that song about? And again, these romantic things through my head. He looks, as he's getting out, like kind of looks like a throwaway line. He goes, and my fucking wife is from Newark. He got out of the car. The Teamster looked at me and said, was that what you were hoping it was going to be?
Oh, wow.
My fucking wife is from Newark.
Was there something about your mom and your sister going to see Mystery Men? A story I heard. Doesn't ring a bell.
They went and I'm in the first 3 minutes.
Right.
And they thought I was going to be in more. So my mother, I was living in LA. My mother called me from the theater and they go, "Are you in this anymore? Because I got to get out of here." They didn't understand what was going on. For my mother, it was like colors jumping around on her set. They said, "Are you?" I said, "No, you could leave." Like, oh, thank you. Are you in this anymore? Because I can't watch this movie. I said, "No, I'm dead. They kill me." And she goes, "Oh, good." Yeah. So anyway, I don't think I get sent like like The Beautiful Mind. I don't think I get that script.
Did you have a part in Jerry Maguire?
That got cut out. Yeah, that was the first movie I had seen, and God, Tom Cruise was such a prick on that. It was him and Kelly Preston getting into a fight, and at the NFL draft, and I play this annoying radio guy who interrupts them, and he looks at me with a move like "Get out of here," and I leave. And it was 2 14-hour days. Cameron Crowe was the director, and there was a pause in the script. It said pause, then go in. And I paused, and I memorized everything. And Tom Cruise didn't know that. So after a few takes, he looked at me in front of the whole crew. He just screams out, "Can you come in quicker, please?" You know, the guy with the steady camera looks down, oh, he pissed off Tom Cruise. And Cameron Crowe comes over and goes, "Listen, I'll explain it to him. Just do it the way he wants to do it." So we do it again the way he wanted it, and then he went like military. He went, "Thank you," like, you know, in front of everybody, but in a real me like way.
Wow.
And that's the whole. For 2 days, I worked with him and Kelly Preston for 14 hours. I was a foot from them. They didn't say one word to me. Like while they're makeup and shit, like they're like talking about, you going to that party, and they didn't say a word. Didn't acknowledge my existence.
Wow.
And as long as we're telling tales out of school, you worked with somebody else who was in that movie.
Who?
Who was the guy that won the Oscar for being in that movie? I've heard you say, you know where I'm going.
Oh, Cuba Gooding.
Your guy is nodding. He knows where I'm going.
Oh, Cuba Gooding. Yeah. I worked with him I did another movie called Boat Trip with him. Me and Will Ferrell played gay.
Oh, I love that.
Who doesn't?
That's the one where they have to both act gay to get.
Well, it's one of those movies you could pitch in 30 seconds. You go like two guys are on a getting laid street, drought. First of all, it's Cuba Gooding and Horatio Sands, like they're best friends, and they piss off a gay travel agent, and as a joke, the travel agent sends them on a gay cruise instead of a regular cruise, and then that's it. Then they go, okay,
yeah,
and then that was a movie, Yeah, but I hung out with Cuba Gooding at a couple of those. We shot it in Cologne, Germany, and all these fucking hot, like these hot German chicks wanted to fuck him. They're just standing around him. And the hottest chick I ever fucked in my life was in Germany because she thought I knew Cuba Gooding Jr. She didn't speak a word of English. It was like fucking Herman Goering. The way she's. I am second only to the Führer. I was trying to get her in my hotel room the next day at like a 7 a.m. call time, like pointing at shit, the doorknob, like go. And she's like, Cuba Gooding, she wanted to meet Cuba. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have his number. But it's one of those things where like some guys, like a couple times through the Stern Trial, I went out with John Stamos to a club. It's like those guys step on like a pussy landmine. And you might get hit with shrapnel if you stand close enough. That's what this German club was. That's all they liked the movie.
You didn't have any problems with Cuba?
No. He was a good guy to me. He came on the Stern Show a couple years later and didn't remember me, which I figured was going to happen.
And his father was a singer.
Yeah.
Main ingredient.
Right.
Everybody plays the fool. Did you know that? You know that song, Gil?
Oh, yeah.
Cuba Gooding Sr.
Right.
Wow.
Right, yeah. His father was a singer.
Yeah, I asked him about it when he was on The View. He's very proud of that. Why don't we just throw some fun questions at you, Artie?
Go ahead.
About movies. Underrated character actor. Somebody more people should know about.
Underrated character actor.
I'd be interested in your take on this too, Gil.
A guy who's what's the name of the guy? You know, the problem is I'm not going to know the name.
Well, I'll help you out.
Well, John C. Reilly was always good and stuff, but then he became kind of a star. Who's always good and shit?
Seymour Cassell.
Yeah, well, Seymour, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's doing. That's a good as answer as any. I don't know who's like a modern day Jack Warden. You know what I mean? Like who's a guy from the 70s was packed with guys like John Cazale. Yeah, there's a lot of guys who are talented.
John C. Reilly's a good call.
Yeah, he was. I always liked him and stuff, but then he became a star.
And I always liked John C. Reilly better when he was the supporting character. I always thought he brought so much to it.
Right, yeah. Like in Boogie Nights.
Oh, yeah.
He's really funny in that.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about Elf?
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's a Christmas bonus for me. God, that's like
because we had the real Santa on the show a couple of weeks ago. We had Ed
I was
Asner,
in
now
the
the fake Santa,
cartoon version.
and he was in the cartoon, Buddy the Elf.
Yeah, well, they do marathons of that. That's fucking. It's unbelievable. The residual checks are nice around Christmas, you know. Yeah, Will asked me to do that. That was great. We shot it in Vancouver. It was all improvised, but. You know, it was fun. It was like a long day, but again, it's like there are marathons of the fucking thing. So God bless it. And
Asner told us he thinks it's the best Christmas movie.
Really?
Yeah, he said better than that Saccharin Miracle on 34th Street shit.
Well, no, the first Miracle on 34th.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I really like the Marlo Thomas
with Orson Welles.
Yeah.
No, that's It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
I heard that when she was going to remake that, she went up to Frank. She saw Frank Capra.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame he was still alive.
Oh yeah.
Frank, I got good news for you.
And and she said, "Could you give me some advice? I'm remaking It's a Wonderful Life." And he goes, "The advice is don't."
I mean, that's actually he's being a good guy.
Yeah,
that is the advice. That's the only advice. I mean, come on. You know the funny thing about that movie Elf that. Will was in that fucking outfit, in that character the whole time, and I'm in my trailer trying to get that Santa outfit on, and he walks by. It's like 6 a.m. He's got the full wig, the hat like stapled to his head, and he's in that character. He walked by and just went, "Hi, Artie." At breakfast, he was like, "These eggs are good." He stayed as Buddy the Elf the entire lunch because I think he was afraid of losing that enthusiasm. I would have thrown myself off the Chrysler Building a weekend. That's commitment. You deserve that paycheck. Hi, Artie.
Gilbert,
I'm playing an elf.
Who did you play in the cartoon version?
I was the boss of the department store.
Oh, okay, James Caan. Oh, well, James Caan's in the movie his boss.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And I was Sonny in the God.
You would have been great.
James Caan on the set of Elf told me this joke. You might know this joke, but to hear James Caan tell it, he goes, "You're a comedian." He goes, "Here's a joke." He goes, "What's the worst thing a broad could hear after she blows Willie Nelson?" I said, "What?" He goes, "I'm not Willie Nelson."
Right.
But James Caan tone is perfect. I'm not Willie Nelson. See you later.
Tell Artie the one Marty Allen told us about the guy in the back seat with the girl.
Marty Allen.
95.
Well, he told us this, but he wouldn't say it on the air.
Right.
Because they're still afraid. He's like 500.
Yeah, the old school guys.
He's afraid of his image being
Won't work
tarnished. So he said, Marty Allen says, a guy picks up a girl, he takes him in his car. He takes the girl in his. A guy picks up a girl. He takes the girl in his car. They're making out really hot and heavy, and then she unzips him and starts sucking his dick. And he's getting really turned on, and he's rubbing her leg, and he rubs her thigh, and he reaches under her dress, and he finds a dick and balls, and he goes, "Hey, when you're through, we gotta talk."
First of all, that would only help Marty Allen's image.
Of course. Only hip him up.
Hip him up. He should open and close with that.
And, well, it's just like Larry Storch was in The Aristocrats, and when I said, hey, we were in a movie together, he was like denying being in The Aristocrats.
You know who you were.
Yeah.
Suddenly, yeah.
Try to pretend the whole movie doesn't exist. That's another level. Larry Storch. Yeah, there you go. F Troop. There's nothing on TV even close to as funny as F Troop.
Oh, yeah.
And, but sometimes they make an improvement, like the movie version of Car 54.
Oh, God.
Who's in that? Steve Martin and Albert Brooks?
Rosie O'Donnell's in it.
It was,
of course.
I think David
Johansen.
The guy from the New York Dolls?
Yeah.
And he was Joey Ross.
Of course he was.
One of the wives was Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, she's in it.
And that guy from Scrubs who played the boss, that skinny guy, I forget his name.
Zach Braff?
Oh, no. You mean the tall John McGinley.
Oh, John McGinley.
Yeah. He was the Fred Gwynn.
Yeah.
And I love the original Car 54. I thought that's hysterical when I watch it. But
John McGinley. I think it was John McGinley. It might not be. He was in Mother with Albert Brooks.
Yeah.
And I think it was him. And he's in his trailer, the little honey wagon he had before he shoots a scene. He said, Albert Brooks came in and said, listen, I understand that you're really good at improvising. And he, if you tell an actor that, like, yeah, I'm trained in it, but you could just think of anything off the cuff. Yeah. Anything off the cuff. You're just great at just right off the top of your head. You can make anything better. You can make the script better. And he goes, yeah, I am. He goes, well, on this, I'd like you to stick to the text.
That is a flawless Albert Brooks impression.
Do me a favor, don't change a goddamn thing. But that's so funny, baiting an actor, because any actor will go, yeah, I am a good impression. Well, on this side, I'd like you to stick to the text. It's complete contempt.
I'm out of cards, Gil. What else you got?
Let's see. Oh, a character actor I like is that Jeffrey DeMunn.
Jeffrey DeMunn?
What? Yeah. See, that's a name I probably know the face. What is he?
We'll dial him up for you. Yeah, he's in a lot of
stuff. I like Josh Duhamel from Las Vegas.
Jeffrey DeMunn. I'll find you, Jeffrey DeMunn.
Oh, and
that sounds familiar.
Harris Yulin.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Well, Richard Dysart just died.
I'll give you one. Yes. Philip Baker Hall.
Great.
Yeah,
he's the best.
Yes. Philip Baker Hall.
Yeah.
I always liked him.
Yeah, he's got that wonderful thing in Boogie Nights where he's talking about butter in his ass.
He's awesome in that. And the other Paul Thomas Anderson movie, Magnolia, is not as good. It's a little long, but he's good in it. He's
the game show host.
Yeah. And he's really good in a small role in the Talented Mr. Ripley. He plays the detective there. What's that? Is that Jeffrey? Oh, okay.
Jeffrey DeMunn.
Sure. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, absolutely.
Plus, Philip Baker.
Poor man's Larry David.
He shows up in Midnight Run as Jimmy Serrano's lawyer.
Yeah, Midnight. Well, there you go. He's dead now, but Dennis Farina. Yeah, it was great. An actual cop.
He's dead now, but Robert De Niro.
Yeah. I mean, do you think De Niro has hurt his legacy? There's no way he hasn't, right?
Well, you mean with Bullwinkle and all that?
I mean, just the last 10 years, pick something.
You must have seen Jack and Jill, haven't you?
No, I haven't, no.
I mean, I was Al Pacino.
Right.
Is in Jack and Jill.
Right.
And it's like, when I watched that movie, I thought, maybe you don't give a shit about your legacy, but it used to mean something to me before I saw this horrible fucking abortion.
Think of me.
Yeah, just think of me. I used to like
Well,
your
you think about the paychecks, like we were saying before, like the money in TV syndication. Drew Carey could probably hire De Niro and Pacino to do a play in his backyard. He probably could do that. I mean, that's because he's got about $1 billion from TV syndication.
Well, it's
money.
just like when I first started getting calls to do like reality TV shows. And in my mind, it was like, oh, I want to be more in a category with Robert De Niro than with Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian can buy and sell Robert De Niro a billion times over.
Right. It's unbelievable. It's sad, but that's the country.
But he had a great run. I mean, you look at those films in the 80s and look at The Mission and King of Comedy.
But he was probably, he was almost broke after Raging Bull. I mean, that almost ended their career, that movie. It made no money. Scorsese, too.
And was later named by AFI as the best picture of the decade.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So, you know, it's all backwards, that's for sure. But, you know, at least you do have the good ones to look back on. The last 10 years, you know, I guess if you're going to take Naomi Campbell to Paris in a private jet once a month, you got to do Meet the Fockers 6. Analyze this, that, and the other thing.
In that last Fokker movie,
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
I've seen it on TV.
What the money they probably paid out? Those last couple had Streisand
and Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
What the
talk
fuck?
Talk about staining legacies.
What do you pay Barbara Streisand for that?
And Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand in that last one are kind of like Suzanne Summers after they fired her from Three's Company. And
that's what you want to be?
Yeah.
You go with it.
That's how you want to be described.
Hey, Christy, you're in Mexico?
What is that bit?
Cue Priscilla Barnes.
What is that bit you used to do where you talked about they mistook Norman Fell for Hitler?
For Kurt Waldheim.
Kurt Waldheim.
Prove you Norman Fell. Well, Joyce DeWitt was a consummate professor.
That's the bit.
Yes.
That's the bit.
Norman Fell's one of those guys, his name is a full sentence. There's a few guys like that.
Norman Fell.
Yeah. Wasn't the rest of that punchline John DeRitter had a likable John Ritter had a likable
John Ritter had a likable vulnerability. Was a consummate professor.
It was a real learning experience.
My favorite bit.
A learning experience.
That and Ben Gazzara.
The way John Ritter fell over an ottoman. Ben Gazzara. There
remember
you go.
Gilbert's Ben Gazzara bit?
Talking about, sure.
Yeah.
I remember all that stuff. Those impressions.
Gilbert Gottfried died today in his New York home.
If a plane hit us right now, what would the article say? The parrot from Aladdin and the guy from Dirty Work died.
Two guys who we think may have been on the Stern Show at one time, but we can't remember that far back. Two guys who claim they once met Howard Stern, but we don't believe it.
There's no tape available to prove it. Two guys who were auditioning for the Black Honeymooners.
Two.
The voiceover, the radio version. Well, this is it. What we did here today is why we're not on the Howard Stern Show anymore.
Yes.
Will the podcast stain your legacy, Gilbert? That's what I want to know.
I think this one will.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
Wow.
This has been...
This has been the last thing we will ever do in show business. Look for us on, what is it, Periscope? We're streaming live.
Artie, did you know that Gilbert knows the song that the ball players sing and bang the drum slowly?
No.
Yeah.
Please excuse my tears, but I've been on the road to tribulation, and I find no consolation here. What good is a love song if the words are secondhand? They don't belong to anyone I can get near. 'cause you live on the outside of my jaw and laughter. You gave me a good time, but I can come after all is said and done. I'm not the one you really took me for, and so you better look before you leap. So you better look before you weep.
We don't have the rights to that song. No, Vincent Gardenia. That's unbelievable.
Frank Lorenzo.
You might be the only person alive who knows the words.
Well, you're talking about keeping that crazy shit in your head. He's the master.
Absolutely.
Oh, hi. This has been I'm Gilbert Gottfried. This has been Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast with my co-host Frank Santopadre, and not like you need this man's credits. He was in such classics as Dirty Work, The Bachelor, and this might give it away, Artie Lange's Beer League. Artie Lange, who, and you'll both see us on the Stern Show. if it's an episode of the next Star Trek.
If they pull out the tapes from 40 years ago. Gilbert, real quick, because a lot of people requested this on Twitter. Do an impression of me giving you advice on how to shoot how to shoot a DVD.
Okay, this is when I was first. This is when I was first going to make a DVD, and I knew nothing about it, so I figured Artie's made a few DVDs. He'll probably have, like, great stuff to tell me. It'll be brilliant what Artie can tell me.
Of course.
So I said, can you tell me something about making a DVD, because you made a lot of... And he goes, well, when you make a DVD, you should perform it at a club with an audience and get someone to record it. You know, you record it and then you put that recording on the DVD. And if you do more than one show, you listen afterwards and you see which bits worked.
I know, it was Art Buchwald.
Yeah, and which bits didn't work. And you put in the bits that worked on the DVD. And then what you want to do is cut out the bits that didn't work. That's what you want to do.
Fantastic.
Brilliance. Wonderful.
Well, it's been great to be here.
Thank you, Artie.
Thank you, guys.
Xero. Xero. Xero is beautiful accounting software built to help small businesses be more productive and successful. Sign up for a free, that's right, free 30-day trial today at Xero.com/podcast.
If you like listening to comedy, try watching it on the internet. The folks behind the Sideshow Network have launched a new YouTube channel called Wait For It. It's got interviews with comedians like Reggie Watts, Todd Glass, Liza Schlesinger. I've been friends with her for 10 years. One of the funniest people out there, and I still have a hard time with the last name, Liza. Our very own Owen Benjamin, that's me, takes you on a musical journey down internet rabbit holes and much more. You don't have to wait any longer. Just go to youtube.com/waitforitcomedy. There's no need to wait for it anymore because it's here and it's funny. And I love you.
A few days ago, Brooke Tudine posted an inspirational quote on her wall that got 17 likes and 3 comments. Thumbs up, Brooke. Geico also wants to make a comment. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. And nothing says inspiration better than saving money. Well, except for those posters that say things like teamwork, excellence, and make it happen. keep climbing. #savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hi, friend. It's your inner child calling. And they want churros. A new toy. And a new adventure. Or maybe 5. With the bestest besties on Earth. Find your moment at Walt Disney World Resort.